Yo, boys, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing the good old-fashioned Priest DH. I talked about this in the last video, and yes, I am going to be posting it. Pretty much, we ended up just going from, so he's in blue gear, and he has a few pieces. He has his weapons with a Shadow Flame and stuff, and at this point, he has 3 set, I'm pretty sure. My bad. He has a, he has 3 set at this point in time, I'm pretty sure, so he doesn't have 4 set yet. And honestly, these games are really good. Like, as you can see, DH does a lot of damage. I end up fading the Hex here. That's usually the case. I think he only gets like 1 Hex that game, and as you can see, I'm killing the healing totem, and I'm killing the totems when I can. And, it was definitely not easy to heal this, but it's definitely possible to heal it, especially if we're CCing the Tyrant. As you can see, he uses Silence, and then all I'm going to be doing is he actually gets the Hex while I'm trying to focus on the Tyrant. He ends up stunning it. So we're pretty much just CCing as much as possible. And he only gets like 2 casts off, which is really all you need to do versus Demolock. This guy actually trimmers a lot of my fears. Because you really, but as a Holy Priest, you really can't cross the map that much. So I end up swapping him here, trying to heal myself. I end up fading so they can't swap me. I end up incapping him. He ends up tricketing the incap. He ends up Sky Fearing. I actually end up ignoring it. I probably just should have killed it with a smite, but I ended up just trying to heal him, pretty much just focusing on healing. I end up going in angel form before they start popping off. So while you're in angel form, you don't really take NM mana. So this is the time where you're just trying to pump out as much heals as possible. And as you can see, he's not going up in HP. It is getting really difficult to heal him. And this is 40% damaging, so we're at that beyond dead, but you know. Otherwise, it wasn't really that big of a deal. So as you can see, I incap him for 3 to 4 seconds, which is really our only source of CC, unless I get the incap fear. But otherwise, we're not gonna get that. So his plan is to root me and then hex me. That's what he's been doing. So I figured he would have hexed me there, but I guess he doesn't have it up. So he ends up going for fear. The guy really never feared me. That was one thing I never saw. Is he never actually feared me. He might fear me here, actually. Nope, he gets kicked. I end up fading off that. I end up fearing him, but I think he trimmered it again because I don't pay attention to the trimmiers. I have PI, so I give him PI here. So I have PI as well, and he ends up just dying. And he ends up earthening, but the guy poured it out of his earthen, so not much they can do about that one. So another game here. I end up using ward at first, but then I go back to fade. Now, honestly, versus any melee, just run up in the air. It's such a broken CD versus melee. It's legit like they cannot hurt you at all. Now here he ends up almost losing here because he just takes. You gotta remember he's in blue gear. He's in half blue. He has like 4 pieces of conquest gear, which is like his 3 set, and then he has his weapons, and that's it. So as you're gonna be able to see here, he takes the most damage of any DH I have seen. Like he almost gets 100 0 by this guy. So he has a lot of mastery now because he has the blue gear, and blue gear gives you a lot of mastery. So it do be like that. So he ends up almost dying here. He evasion darknesses. I end up Rango hoping. I actually hold Guardian, but it doesn't help. He actually kills through my Ray of Hope, through evasion and darkness. So he did enough damage to where I had to Trinket Guardian before he got the Cyclone. I should have waited, but if I waited too long, he would have procced my Guardian, and then it'd be a 3-minute CD. So you definitely don't want that. But I end up just angel forming on top of that, so I can just spam heal him because he is just taking the most dam for no reason. So as you can see, I'm just spamming heal. I get his evasion back. I end up using my big heal here, so I'm basically using every CD in the opener because this go is still been going on. So his go has finally stopped. So I end up incapping, fearing him for trinket. Maybe he doesn't trinket. Yep, he trinkets. I end up mind gaming him. He BMs and walls. So I use my heals here. I swap. So basically, the main thing is I don't want him to get under like 60% because if he gets touched, like if he gets kicked and then touched, he's just gonna die instantly. Because his kicks hit him for like 130k each, even on non-burst. So he definitely takes the most dam. I end up using my thing here to do big dam here. The problem is I can't really do damage because he takes so much damage, so I have to try to keep him up like 24/7. That's really the only thing I can do. And I'm keeping up my mending 24/7 as well because it's just such good healing. As you can see, it instantly went through it, so he did 7 hits in like 3 seconds. So I end up fearing him before he could stun and clone me. And I think we win off this right here. I end up mind controlling him off that, so I mind control him and he kills him through the karma. So mind control, he almost dies right there actually. Right before he kills him, he almost gets one-shotted. So, that's nice. But next game here is just DK Priest. This one was actually a little bit more complicated. because it's a DK. He can permachain us. On top of that, I end up just instantly getting his PI. That's the problem with a PI that's purgeable, and if you don't use it while you want to CC them and then use it. Or else, because a lot of people don't really focus on purging stuff because they're so busy on healing, but I do it. I will purge you instantaneously. So here I end up array hoping him. I'm pretty much just healing him as much as I can. It ends up healing him to full. I end up getting mind games. I DCP myself. I end up array hoping his or I meant whatever it's called. I end up getting his evasion back up. So now he evasions again on top of all their CDs. So now we're perfectly fine. So that's their whole burst. They didn't really get anything other than evasion, and they didn't get my guardian. They didn't really get anything. So their whole burst was just avoided because I got his PI and they were too focused on hitting the DH even after he evasioned. Because they usually a lot of people don't swap and that's why they end up not doing any damage. So this guy goes up in the air. Pretty much, I fear him there. Honestly, I probably should have feared the priest, but I knew he was just gonna go priest. Fear's kind of an irrelevant CD when you're playing with the DH, especially when there's a melee with you. Like we're facing a melee that's going on him, so they're always stacking. So at that point, the DK, God, the DK needs to be going me, forcing the DH to peel for me, or not even. He might not even need to, because I think DKs get buffed Tuesday. I think they're gonna get a massive buff, so that's when they'll be like god tier. Demo, Locke, and DK is gonna be back. So season 3 and season 4 Shadowlands is gonna be back. So that's gonna be definitely gonna be a boring meta, but whatevs. Don't really care. I don't really play Rogue, so I don't really have to worry about it that much. So here I end up getting kicked here. He ends up swapping to me. He ends up swapping back because my guy's just doing so much output damage. I end up just pumping him with my instant cast because you get 3 instant casts worth and they hit for like 40Ks. So you're basically doing 100, almost 200K damage just back to back, like instantly. You're just instant casting it. As you can see, my damage is not terrible compared to his damage. I'm doing a lot more damage because I'm actually like able to heal. Like he's not able to do that. So I have PI. At this point, I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna PI him here, or I should PI him. Yep, I PI him now. So now we're just pumping. Now at this point, he's just dead. He could just go DK at this point. Like if he can't catch the priest, he just swaps to the DK and he can just kill him. Cause like by the time the priest gets nice, he gets the full fear here. I could DR fear off this. Look, yep, it looks like I DR fear and we win the game off of it. I end up using my yep. I end up deathing him and he ends up getting taken out. And we end up getting an easy win. So Fury Warrior and Druid. I'm pretty sure we win this game pretty quickly. This was like not a long game at all. Honestly, most of these aren't long games. There was a lot of long games, but I ended up not putting them in the video. A lot of them were at like 2K to 2100, but I never did them because they were just way too long. So here he ends up popping off. I'm just going to go up in the air. So I'm just going to get out of this, go up in the air right now. Now he can't touch me, and I'm pretty much chilling. So that's why up in the air versus melee is really good because you don't have to waste all the other stuff. But as you can see, his MS is really strong. The only thing healing me right now is a Serenity. This guy's going for the Cyclone on me. He ends up not missing it. He ends up getting feared. They're just taking the most unhealable dam. I end up smiting him here. We're pretty much just popping him. I actually think he Iron Barks, then we swap here. So we swap to the Warrior. I end up getting the full mind games. He ends up stunning him on top of that. He ends up getting Trinket Wall. Pretty much we've gotten every CD and they've gotten nothing other than my guy's Trinket and Evasion. So at this point my guy could Darkness me, so I don't have to waste anything. Yep, so he Darkness me, I don't have to waste a single CD. He ends up 8-capping, he ends up breaking it. He ends up pretty much killing the Druid. Almost, I think he kills him right here. So I end up going on him to do damage. I death him here, and I think he gets taken out. I end up using my Instacast. Nope, he ends up Tranquility. So he's still alive. He's still living. I end up fearing him. He ends up using his Racial. At this point, he's pretty much dead. He's not going to be able to come back from this. I mean, he's not able to kite the DH, so there's not much you can do about that one. And I think he just dies through, or maybe we kill the Warrior. We'll see. I think I mind games the Warrior, and he just dies like a second. Yep, so the Warrior just dies here. I just use my Instacast. As you can see, they're just doing unhealable damage, and I death them. Goodbye. And then I end up mind games in this guy, and it's a pretty easy dub. Not much they can do about that one. And for the last game, this is DK Druid. I end up fearing him for his Racial, so we get that out of the way. And pretty much, he just starts popping off. He could grip me as soon as I go up in the air, so he could just be popping off and wait for me. So he could have gripped me right before I got up in the air, but that's like a fast, you have that fast reaction timing to do that. So sometimes it can be bad to do that, but as you can see, he's still pumping. I have Death Repair, but I already clicked Guardian. I tried to fade cast him, but it was a little bit late and delayed. Here, I think I swap, and then I use big heals on him. So now we're pretty chilly right now. And he ends up Ironbarking the DK, so he ends up just hitting the Druid when he can. He ends up hitting him right now, doing big dam. And by the way, this is all in half blue gear, and no 4-set, none of that. So now he's gotten a lot of gear. He's gotten almost four. He's gotten 4 crafted pieces, his 4-set. So the next time we queue, we're absolutely gonna destroy everybody. So we'll have the those games coming up soon. Whenever we play, the next time we play that, and pretty much he ends up using his big stun here, or he's Iceborn to get out of the stun. I end up incapping on it to pump the Druid. I end up mind gamesing him. I think he DCPs. Yep, he DCPs it. I end up using a big Serenity on myself. He ends up darknessing me. And at this point, they're kind of just dead. I mean, they have nothing, and we probably could have saved Darkness until his next burst rotation, but I knew at that point, it's like by the time he has his burst up, they're pretty dead. They have no Ironbark, they have no CDs, the DK has zero, nothing, and all my guy has to do is just go on the DK at this point. If you can't catch the Druid, you just need to hit the other target. You don't always have to go healer. So like at this point, he's just getting rooted and then kited. So at this point, he just needs to go the DK. So he ends up swapping him, and I think he kills him like a second by the time that guy's running. So he ends up swapping DK, and I think I just incap him, and he just dies in an incap. So as you can see, he's incapped. He's at 30%. He gets full feared off that insane fear into a trank, and then he dies. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Peace, peace.